Good evening, cyber friends. It's the Mitty Man coming to you from again back here at Walker's Music in Studio B. We want to say we give God all the praise and honor. We give Him all the glory. We thank Him for life, health, and strength. Thanking Him for as well as it is, and we thanking Him for each of you, the cyber friends. And as y'all see in the title of my video here, it says "Real People." Real people. And I just got a little shout out that I want to do. I haven't done a video this morning, today, period. We want to let y'all know we had a little inclement weather earlier in the AM hours this morning, and thunderstorm, heavy storms. And I wasn't even at I wasn't at the PC as much. Well, really none at all this morning. I came back here about a couple of times, but I ended up going back toward the front and everything, getting, trying to get a little rest. I just couldn't, I just had to get a little rest. And after a while, around about 11 o'clock, I believe it was, and I got a call from my baby sister, Lauren, and she was telling me about the news that that our father, our daddy here was, had been placed in hospice, y'all, and only have just a few days, according to the doctor. They said they have done all they could do, and so they just given them about, Laura told me about 4 days, and so I was very appreciative. I knew it took a lot of strength to do that, and so we were just been kind of pondering and dealing with that. That's how come I'm doing this video now and saying about real people, because I've had a few people that I've talked to on today, and ain't you glad, y'all? I'm just gonna say, ain't you glad that we always can talk to the Lord? That's no doubt. We can always do that. But ain't you glad that there are some people, and I don't want to call names because see, I don't want to put nobody, make nobody put it in a bad light or make them feel bad or anything, because this is not what this here video is about. But it's about real people. Ain't you glad, seeing that we know that we can always talk to the Lord, but it is good that you got a few people that you can go to and that'll talk to you with some sense and uplift you instead of saying a whole bunch of negative stuff where it really don't matter. I tell you, people have, some of us, we got some of the worst mentality when it comes to knowing what to say. You better off not even talk to certain people if you're in a certain predicament. I would say it like that. I know that I was, like I said, I have been going through some things since 2018, and health issues wise. And matter of fact, on the day that my dad had that bad accident back on November the 30th, I was entered into the Tifton Regional Hospital on that very day. I remember it. And when I got a call from my auntie, and I got a call down there about my baby sister, and everybody had to go toward Macon, the word, because he had a very, very bad accident. But it's just good that you got some people that you can go to. You got, I know y'all got them because I got them too, and I'm not the only one. You got go-to people that you can always count on them having something positive and good to say to you and with you. And then you got some people you better off to just not even let them know anything at all, because they ain't got nothing good to say to you no way. But let that thing be turned around. They won't. You don't do evil for evil. You don't do real tit for tat. You don't do tit for tat. But you got to remember that says it's a law of retribution that says what goes around, sure enough, will come back around. And then it says, I remember y'all, my favorite minister, Reverend, one of my favorite ministers, I say it like that, from back in the day, Reverend E.L. McKinney. Reverend E.L. McKinney had a word in our statement that I love so much about that boomerang. He said, when you throw a boomerang out there, it don't come back to the person next to you. It come back to you. We got to mind how we judge people, y'all. In other words, first of all, we ain't got no business judging nobody nowhere. I'm gonna man gonna leave that to God. I'm gonna leave the judging to God. Because see, I'm afraid that when I get there, once I stand before God, because all of us gonna stand for him one day, I'm afraid that I'm gonna have more on my book than God got on his. And I don't want that to be so. So we just saying, hey, ain't you glad that for real people? And God knows I wished I could call some names. But I won't, because see, like I said, I don't want to offend anyone, because everybody is somebody in my book. Everybody is somebody in my book. But I'm just saying, it's good that you got some real people that you can go to in a time of trouble, that'll talk to you and with some sense. Y'all understand what Mitty Man talking about. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. And I got some good people that I can call on, and they'll check up on me. And I got church members that checks up on me as well. And we even when I'm going to the doctor, they'll call me up, pray with me, and for good news and all like that there. So, like I'm saying, y'all, we still standing on the word of God, and then what God will is gonna be done. And I say to my brothers and all of my siblings on my dad's side, we just stay strong, keep your head lifted up. Don't put your head down. Keep your head lifted up. In other words, cause we're gonna be who we are. Period. And to the rest of them, because like I said to my rest of my dad's house, my dad got siblings, and to my auntie that took care of me when I was in Albany, Sister Lily Ann Colvin, that's his baby sister. We saying, he got siblings himself, so we asking him to uplift and hold up everybody in question right now at this particular time. And we gonna forget about the negative and just think on the positive. We all could think. All of us got some skeletons, y'all, in our closet. Believe me. A lot of time when we sit around and we try to judge other people, now you know what I mean. If you sat there and looked at your closet, you wouldn't want to judge anybody else. You know what I'm saying. Let's look for real people to deal with. To my church family, I want to say that God bless each and every one of y'all. You know who you are. You know exactly who you are. We thank you for all the prayers that you sent up for this boy. And I went on and got me a great report from a doctor and everything. The old leg here is getting better. I will have a shoe on after a while, that we can get back into doing some of the things that we enjoy doing. We are going to put that in God's hand too. To all my other the churches that I'm employed in New Salem, Pastor Ernie Wilburn, and Pleasant Grove AME's Pastor Stephanie Walton, all the membership, and the head stewards, Spade Clark, and his stewards on the board at New Salem, Brother Blue we call, Jesse Gill with his wife Janice, all of them, they number one people with me, for Dara, Janice, Kim, all of you the choir members, and all of you, Marlon, I ain't forget about y'all, and you better keep yourselves greased up, because whenever we get to go ahead, we going back full force. So y'all just get ready. Get ready. Same thing to you, Pleasant Grove AME. We done had a long time off, and but when the rubber meets the road again, we're gonna be burning rubber. In other words, we're gonna be just like the Gap Band said back in the day, outstanding. We got to get back to that point. A lot of work need to be done. A lot of work gonna be done if the Lord gives me strength and everything. We're gonna get back into the work at hand. So with that being said, Bitty Man's just gonna say, if you're gonna be with somebody, be with them. And if you ain't got something good to say, I'm gonna tell you like my grandmama used to tell her, shut up. If you ain't got something good to say, just shut your mouth. People get tired of hearing all of this thing that is not right, because you can always find the bad. But why don't you try to look for the good in everything, and then we'll be all right. So with that being said, this is Bitty Man saying, whatever you get into, If God is not in it, please, ma'am, please, sir, come on out of it. Because it's going to come to nothing. And like I say, y'all, pray for my siblings and everything in our trying time right now. But we are dealing with the news of our pop. And you know what I mean is we already know that we are not the only one that ever been through this. And so, but well, whatever the Lord will, it will be done. And if I ain't got something positive to say, I'm not gonna say nothing at all. So with that being said, this Billy Man saying peace and good night.